Welcome back to Ramping Up Your English. You're watching segment 3 of episode 43. This program is for intermediate level English learners from all language backgrounds and of all ages. The English learners I'm most familiar with are those from Spanish-speaking backgrounds. Now here are some of the farm animals with Spanish words for some of the meanings. So let's go over some of these. The first one is pig, is el puerco. Cow, la vaca. Bull, el toro. So you can see on your screen how they've lined up the English and the Spanish words. The next card, number 2, says goat, el chivo. Duck, el pato. And sheep, la oveja. And then the third card has chicken, pollo. Hen, la gallina. And rooster, el gallo. Now you can make your own cards like these using your native language. If you haven't mastered these farm animals yet, try to do so as soon as possible. Take a look at this wild animal. What farm animals do these American bison remind you of? Now you should be seeing the image of American bison. Here we are. So take a special look. Here in a moment you're going to see the calf. Does this remind you of an animal you've seen in our video clips? Well, if you answered cows or cattle, you're on the right track. Yes, there are huge differences too, but right now we're looking at similarities when we're looking at these bison. How about the next wild animal? Keep your eyes on the screen and you'll see in a moment that we'll be finished looking at bison and we'll be looking at another animal. I think we're actually on a loop with this video clip. So we'll get out of that loop and we'll get into the next one because we should be looking very soon at a different animal, which is a black bear. Now we'll need to see the black bear in order to make this description kind of line up. So black bear, of course, is a wild animal, not a domesticated one. And it looks like you're not going to get to see one. Well, I'll tell you that the first time, so try in your mind's eye, I know you might not have worked with the wild animals yet, and if we do get the ability to put it on the screen, you'll see it pretty quickly. The first time I saw a black bear from a distance, it was running away from me from a distance. My first thought was, that's a really big dog. Well, it was only my second thought that told me that this was a black bear. Now, sure, a bear is bigger than a dog, but can you see a rough resemblance? So here's a bear. Take a look at the bear and look at the snout. Now, you probably wouldn't want a black bear to visit your farm, but its appearance is not too unlike the dog that would be barking if one did so, assuming you have a big black dog. So let's look a little bit more at this bear. This is a bear that I found in Alaska, the one here. The one before that was at a place called Wildlife Images, which is a place that rehabilitates injured and otherwise traumatized wildlife back to health and has a great education program to use those ones who cannot be reintroduced into the wild. It allows those to perform an educational function. Now we have another animal to show you, and this animal, it might live in the barn of someone's farm, but it's a wild animal. This is a barn owl. Now at first glance, you may not think this bird resembles any animal you consider a farm animal. So as we zoom out, we're going to see more of the face of this animal. Now, look at its general features, though. It has wings, it has a beak, and it even has a feathered tail. So feathered farm animals would include chickens, ducks, and geese. And we just saw a video clip that had geese in it. So how is this barn owl like those farm animals, and how is it different? Well, let's take a look at a wild animal in Africa that may remind you of a farm animal.
At home on the plains of Africa, zebras rank among the favorite animals of some. Their zigzag stripes of white and black make zebras stand out from other animals on the African grasslands. Yet these stripes help them blend in where there's tall grass, and the pattern confuses predators when zebras move in herds. In describing an animal that may not be familiar to you, you can use a familiar animal that is similar, like a farm animal. Then add how the unfamiliar animal is different. Now, readers or listeners will have the farm animal as their mental picture and then note the important differences. In the case of a zebra, a familiar animal that comes to mind is a horse. Then note the differences in appearance, the spiky mohawk-like mane, and the black and white zigzag stripes. When it comes to adaptations, differences may not be visible. Zebras go without food or water during migrations of hundreds of miles on Africa's Serengeti plains. Don't try that with a horse. Here are more adaptations that zebras have.
The plain zebra has sharp eyesight, so they can see their predators. They also have hooves, so they can run fast.
Any other adaptations?
Yeah. Their coat helps confuse predators.
So which farm animal did the zebra remind you of? Well, you may have decided that before hearing the narration. It's a horse, of course. As you may have gathered from the clip, a zebra also has some notable differences, but it's a good knowledge about farm animals. They can help you begin your description of a wild animal. Now, I'm excited about our first step into the world of wild animals. We'll learn a lot about them in future episodes. We'll also learn the English for the many language functions used to research and report on animals. Visit me at our website, LetzCreate.org. That's where you can find all the learning materials that go with this episode of Ramping Up Your English. You can watch the entire episode 43 from that site, or you can watch today's show in segments. You can also watch and even download today's program by going to archive.org/details/RogueTV. Click on the name of this program, Ramping Up Your English, or on my name, John Letz. Then find the episode 43, that's Farm Animals 4, and you can watch Ramping Up Your English on channel 15, 15.1 and 115 on the Ashland Home Network, and on channel 182 on Charter Cable in Southern Oregon. Showtimes are 8 a.m. on Mondays and 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays. Channels and showtimes will vary with other areas of the country. Contact your local public access station to see when the schedule shows in your area. I want to thank Alex McGlasson for the video footage on that farm animal clip. And I also want to thank Dr. Gokani for his candor in the struggles and challenges of learning a new language and for granting me the interview. I want to thank my director, Denise Ross, and my talented and loyal crew. And I want to thank you, our viewers. All of you helped to make this program an award winner. Join us next time for Ramping Up Your English. I'm John Letz.
You've been watching Ramping Up Your English, a support program for intermediate level English language learners. Learn more. Visit our website at LetzCreate.org. You can also watch or download today's program at archive.org/details/RogueTV. Join us next time on RBTV Voices for Ramping Up Your English.